Hello and welcome back. I'm Joe and this is Captain of Industry. We're finally in real early access beta that's open to everyone. And by the time this video comes out, you should be able to purchase it on the Steam, and I'll probably put a link somewhere if I find it or not. But let me tell you, this is a great game about industrialization. And if you look at the screen right here, there is a lot that you can see. There's mining, and this terraforming mechanic is like no other game that I've played before. It's awesome. They're ships, yeah, they're not the main focus. There's a lot of industrial building and storing and even crops, trucks. I haven't made it to rockets yet, ever. So I'm excited to see what's going on over there, but there's just a lot going on in this game, and the main point of this game is to find sources of energy, because you need power to run all your stuff, and you cannot rely on just one single source of power. If you do rely on one single source of power, and I'm talking about electricity, you're gonna fail. And this game feels really smooth and really fun, and it's a gradual curve that lets you get going. But it's so easy to mess it up. So there's so much complication in this game, and it's great. This is not the first time I play this, and if you want to check out the older seasons, go ahead. But this is the actual thing. A lot of things are more unlocked now that were before, and I think we will have a lot more fun. I'm gonna start a new game because we don't even have a choice. So new game, there are currently 5 maps available. New Haven is what I played on a couple times now. You Shall Not Pass. I'm gonna skip this one because this is the brutal map, the harder map, just because of how it's laid out. It will take a long time to get up on this plateau up here. And it's fine if you want to play that, but I don't want to spend that much time on it right now. What I'm going to do is Golden Peak. Looks fine, has some resources. I hope I'm going to do fine, right? It's still difficult, so we'll figure it out. There are a couple settings here. I don't think we need to worry about those too much. There are some difficulties here. You can be a sailor, a captain, or an admiral. We're just going to stick to captain. That's fine. The game is complicated enough as it is. But let's get going and actually show you what's going on in this game. Okay, like any good start of any game, there's a little bit of a tutorial here if you want to play with that, or read it. You can pause it here and read it, but I'm not going to read it. But make sure you pause the game to get started, because this is all you have. You have your ship. Yeah, the ship. It's damaged. You can't use it right now because reasons. You have to repair it first. Makes sense. Then you have a little town over here, settlement, with a connection that has a food market. Ooh, that's new. That wasn't there before. Something that you had to build later. But you have a little city here, and you have to just make sure that your people are happy. You have your population up here. That's your current population and your maximum population. You have your amount of food supply, your amount of workers available right now. Unity, this is like a get out of jail free card in some situations. They nerfed it a lot, so it's a little different now, but you want some of this to ensure that you can produce what you need. Average health, it's fine. And then trucks in queue, these are the trucks, and you cannot control the trucks themselves. You control, you're like the commander. You tell the group what they have to do, and the game will figure out how they do that, and it's actually kind of fun. So let's get started. Yeah, I haven't played this since February apparently, so it's been just a little while, but it's fine. There are different resources here. Maybe I'll show you those. Where's our resource layer down here? And you don't miss anything where my camera is, so don't worry about it. But there you go. We have some water right here. Very good. We have some iron ore over here. Yep, you'll need that. There's some sand right here. There is some copper ore right here. It looks like they changed the colors on those. That's nice. Then over here, we have some coal. Coal will be super, super duper important, but also very, very, very tricky, because you don't want to rely on just one resource. And coal is a really good resource to get started with, but there's more to the game. Then we have, what's this? Limestone. Yep, we'll need that. There's a lot more copper, and I believe there's some gold here, the Golden Peak, but you have to get to it first. That's a challenge of this map. And I think it'll be fun. There's more sand here, there's some more water, and so on. Let me tell you, this is the first time you play the game. Coal is very important, but water will become much more important much sooner, and then food will become much more important much sooner, and so on and so on. So There's a lot of stuff going on. Oh, and also there are trees. There's also a resource. Oh, and then there's oil. There's a little bit of oil here. Almost ignored that. Is that the only oil we have? Maybe. There's also trading and a bunch of other things, but I hope we're going to get to all of that. So let's just get started. First, we have to take this one apart. It provides us with some iron scrap, some concrete slabs, and electronics. This is interesting. This is a new one. But you can just say start recycling this one, and eventually this station will be gone forever. Then you got to get started. What do we need? Well, we need everything. This is just a starting point. We can't do really any research yet because we need to do the research building for that, and that's this guy. We have to build this, cost, construction parts. Your materials that you have available are over here. That's what you get started with. Is this our starting point? Do we have 500 construction materials? That is very, very interesting. It's new. They changed it a little bit, and I can appreciate that. But I like to just get started with this. There's not going to be a lot that's going to be connected here, but there's one pipe connection for fuel for the ships. So we'll just get this going, and these guys say, hey, I know what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to pick up something. I'm going to pick up construction parts. That one's getting 10, that one's getting 20, and the research building is right here. Wonderful. No, I didn't play this before. I'm way too excited to start recording this and actually show you guys what's going on everywhere. So, great. We have the research lab. That one is important. I'm going to pause it right here because this game has a humongous research tree. And one of the perks of playing now is all of these are unlocked. There was a lot of stuff that wasn't unlocked yet the last time I played, but it is unlocked now, or wasn't available, I should say. So there's a lot of stuff that goes on. We're just over here. Everything is important. There's nothing that I can say, you don't need this really, because at some point it will become a resource or a path that you have to take to make something else work. It's very rare that you don't need certain things. So here we are. We're getting iron smelting from scrap. You start with that. We can get some vehicles, we can get some farming, or some basic construction. Now all of these generally have new buildings or new vehicles, and then new recipes. The recipes are important because these white construction parts that we just used to build this research lab, we will need to have in order to continue playing. That's important. How about we start with that? Great. Then we need probably some food and probably some mining. This one is always hard to say which one is more important, vehicles or farming. How much food do we have right now? We have 47 months of food supply. It sounds like a lot right now, but trust me, it will run thin really fast. But I'm going to add this one to the queue. Then we're going to go to basic farming. And after that, I think trading dock may be a good idea because you can start using, trading with other islands if you run out of certain materials, but have a lot of something else. And then we need to get to power. Power is scary because to run this effectively and efficiently, you need a lot of oil, and it's a resource that likes to run out really fast. And then we're going to get to this stuff, and it will be really fun. The beacon is probably the next thing because this one actually adds people to our island. So cool. That's what we're going to research. Great. Thanks, B-Joe. Now can we actually start playing this game? And I'm like, yeah, please. So let's get going. First, we need to create, I love it, iron scrap, coal, molten iron. Yeah, they updated some icons here. We can get iron, and then out of iron, well, we need a smokestack, that's for sure. Transport we don't need yet. We need the waste collection. That's interesting. I like it. Looks like that is what we can do right now. So we can just produce some iron, and that's probably not a bad thing if we start with that. Where do you want to place things? Well, your city is here. Your city is going to grow. You're going to add more of these squares everywhere. So we don't want to get too close to this because there is pollution in this game, and pollution will affect your health, and bad health means your population will go down. I can assume that eventually we're going to chop down all these trees, and to do that, we just do this. We say, hey, get rid of all these trees. Thank you. And, well, that's all there is. You get rid of these. So we can probably start building to the right here, and this building will also disappear after a while. The thing that I learned that you can't do is you can't build too big at all the time, because that generally just makes you run out of stuff faster. It's counterintuitive a little bit, but that's what it is. One of the quality of life improvements that the team has added is the grid lines here that you see. I think they make life a little easier to actually line these guys up correctly. You have your shortcuts right here for rotating, for flipping, which is what I want to do. Nope, clicked the wrong button there, sorry. Rotating and flipping. Let's zoom in a little bit because I would like the smokestacks to be right next to each other. Where's your smokestack? I don't remember. Flip. Okay. You're on the outside, so is this the right one? No. Shift is copy. Flip. And then, no! Wrong button again. Oopsies. Rotate, rotate. There we go. Now the two smokestack ones are right next to each other. Excellent. But I actually probably want them a little further apart, and here's why. We need the smokestack to exist. Oh wow, it only does one now. Interesting, they changed a bunch of things and I haven't looked at them. This is exciting, guys. I'm so excited for this, you have no idea. Because now we have to look at the inputs and outputs. The input here says it accepts 20 exhaust in 20 seconds. Okay, not bad. How about the blast furnace? It produces 6 exhausts in 20 seconds. What does that mean? 3 of these can go on one smokestack. Easy enough, right? Yeah, I agree. So let's just get the smokestack somewhere in here that can actually work. You do need a little bit of space for your pipes to actually do the connection well. So how about, I'll try this. I don't want to make this another just piping tutorial because that's boring. But I think we should be able to do this, get you in there, and then get our recycling blast furnace connected to that guy. That's a steamer. Yep, that's what we want. This should actually work. B is not delete in this one. That's a little unfortunate, but that's okay. Bulldozer is delete. So we get rid of that one. Cool. Then we get our pipe in here and just make sure that that one connects the correct way. And it does. Great. So that could be fine, but here's the problem. Once I add the next thing, we have to connect to these outputs. So putting it this close together is not going to be a smart move. What you want to do is get at least a couple units back effectively. Connect to this guy. Connect to... Sorry. Learning as I'm going here again, or relearning as I'm going. Connect that guy here. Get the pipe. You go from there to here. Because now I have a chance to add pipe again to this side with a little extra wiggle room when these molten lava channels have to go somewhere. This is slag that has to go somewhere. Excuse me. Not at this point, but later on, once we have slag unlocked. So this should be fine for the smokestack for now. Yeah, I like it. Cool. They can build this, and we're just going to run on slow speed. It should be fine. There's also a planning mode if you want to do that, but this should be fine. And you do get materials back if you tear down things. So that is fine. Now, the next thing, we are going to produce 8 molten irons every 20 seconds, and this guy can take 8 molten irons every 40 seconds. So effectively, each of these can handle 2 of the bigger ones. So what I'm going to do for right now is just pause one of them because we don't need them, and I'm just going to build 2 of these metal casters for me right now. I'm going to give myself just a little extra space. One should be here. I'm holding shift here to get them together. Then flip like this so that the 2 molten channels or the 2 iron outputs are on the same side, and that should be easy. And then we'll just get another transport. That's the only other molten channel transport we have right now. There are more conveyor type connectors later on, but for right now we don't have them. We get that in there. And now this should technically run at 100% output, and these guys will just produce it. The thing is, we currently don't have anything that can store the material that we output, and that is okay. We don't love it, but that is okay. So the last thing we have to figure out is how much we need. We need 3 coal for this blast furnace to run this. That's nice, and this guy can produce 4 coal every 40 seconds. So if we build one of these, we're gonna run pretty slowly, but we also don't need to run a lot faster either. It's... I see something. I see something interesting. I don't know if they added this or not, but there's an exhaust here. This exhaust takes 16 units of exhaust. That is a lot. I want to put that relatively far away from the city over here, because that could really hurt. So we're just going to put it up here. I know that I'm going to tear this down relatively soon, but put it next to the forest so it can actually produce what we need. I think this one will simply get its own smokestack, and then we're just going to tear it down later again. If you don't want to build a pipe connection, you just plop it right on the building, and that should be fine, and then this will spit out the coal that we want. Very, very good. A tree harvester truck not assigned. Thank you for letting me know, game. Let's find a truck that's currently looking like they're not doing anything. For example, this one. And toggle navigation priority. Okay. Looks like they changed this as well. I would like my tree harvester. Dumping designation, tree harvesting designation. Okay. What is that? Tree harvester. Oh, we get a free one? That is awesome. Look at that thing. It's just like, yep, I got this, guys. Just let me go. We're just going to assign one of these guys. At the beginning, when I played last time, you just assigned what trees you wanted to fell, and then a truck would just fell those trees, so with a chainsaw. But in this case, it looks like we have the tree harvester to do that kind of work, which also means, well, it doesn't mean anything outside of that, really. But this is fine. I like it. Could you, for right now, please concentrate your tree harvest on the side that has the trees right next to the coal maker? That will be smart. Cool. Let's let this run for a little bit, because what we really care about right now is that this guy is get underway and gets the research done. Tutorials, yep, they're nice. I'm sure they changed a bunch of things, and I'm excited to learn about all of them. I already pointed out a few of them, but this is just great. Look at the animation. Yeah, let's just watch this a little bit. So that guy runs around there. These guys are all currently waiting, sitting idle, not wasting fuel. That is good. Once there is enough fuel in there, or coal in there, this will start churning out coal. And once they have coal, they will bring the coal over here. There's coal. And there's some scrap metal, and it will just go back and forth until everything is fine. Once this guy is done producing what it has, there's a little lava channel that comes out. And now this guy will produce something. There we go. Driver 60. Yeah, thank you. So this one can produce 24. Sorry. This button, I think, is a little easier because the different industries run at different speeds, and sometimes it's just really confusing. So if you just set it all to show in 60, then this number here is 60, and you can exactly see what you do, which in this case is this one takes 12 every 60, and this one produces 24 every 60, where this one produces 6 every 60, but the exhaust has 24. Should all make sense. It's just weird math, so that's fine. Construction finished. Well. So this guy's done, which means we have a new building already. That is important. Let's slow down. Normally, I play games at super high speed. Normally, I always do, and I always regret it, especially in this game, because there's too much going on. So what do we want now? I want to build these guys, construction parts. To build construction parts, I need iron. Okay, that's what we're building right here. That's important. I need wood, which is what we're getting from here. I may have to assign another vehicle. Hard to tell. I'm gonna pause this because why not? And then concrete slabs. Now, concrete slabs we're currently getting out of this guy. They're only 700. Is that a lot? I don't know. But look at this. We're going down on a food month supply. That's why I'm also pausing this. So yeah, 700 is not a lot. We need to get to concrete slabs, but we can't get to concrete slabs until we can actually produce them. So if we look at our research, which is here, when can we produce concrete slabs? It's concrete production over here. But to get this, we have to get these 3 unlocked first to get into this level. So maybe the beacon is not going to be on our queue. This guy is going to be more important. So how do we get concrete? We need cement. We have this rotary kiln that turns out cement and exhaust. We need cement, crushed slag, or gravel. Probably gravel is easier to get right now. Some water to make concrete. So we have to keep that in mind to even continue. We also will need this copper refinement relatively soon because that is responsible for maintenance. Maintenance is very, very important because once your things break down, you effectively lose the game because nothing moves anymore. We can't afford that. So let's get started with assembly. So we want construction parts. We make an iron, we have wood, we don't make concrete slabs yet, but ideally, when you are done with this, you don't need trucks to move materials around. So what I'm gonna do is give myself a little bit of room here, just place one of them for now. I will actually assign the piece that I want. Ooh, mechanical parts. See, this is new. This is new. I don't know what I use mechanical parts for yet at this point. You only cost 25 construction materials. But I'm sure I'm going to find out soon enough. So for right now, we're just going to replenish our construction materials. So if I speed up time a little bit right there, these guys are going to go to the headquarters as before and start building their stuff. I kind of like this animation. It's more than sufficient for what we're doing here, and it kind of brings the point across. Now this guy knows, hey, I need wood here, so brought wood there. Now we start needing iron. And the thing is, this operation will start moving a lot faster because this coal maker is not going to keep this iron production up and running for very long. So yeah, but we're producing some construction parts here. Great. We still have 285 left. Did I just spend 400 already? Over 100 already? I thought I had 500 there. I don't know. But we're getting more, and that's important. Tutorial, tools, assembly, ready. Very, very good. No, that's the one we have here. How are you? Vehicles and mining. Mining is going to be important. Do I have another one that we already completed? Nope, but vehicles mining is going to take a little bit of time. Then I have to concentrate on farming. And we do have to take whatever space we have available for farming. Now, farming. It's going to depend on water. And we don't have a good water source at this point. Where's our first water source that we can get? It's on concrete production. There's some water in here, so it's going to take a while until we can get water. The game, in the beginning, gives you more rainfall. You haven't seen rainfall yet, but overall, on average, you will see rainfall coming through. That is good. But you need that to produce your food in general. As you can see, there's not that much space. And I don't want to build right next to the city because I have to expand the city. I'm probably planning on building the city in here. So there's 4 slots here and maybe 3 more slots here. And I hope that's enough. So I'm planning on putting the farm, anything that's farm related out here. I hope that will work. The other thing that I'm doing right now is I am researching vehicles and mining. With mining comes, there's some rain. With mining comes the ability to produce our coal without wood. Coal we can get from this mountain over here, and we can start building up a ramp to get to the coal mine or coal deposit that's in this area. Sorry, I'm just hovering there with my mouse, but this is what we want. So there's a lot of coal here, but there really isn't a lot of coal. it's I guess what I'm saying. The other thing is, once we get mining, I can actually show you one of the coolest features in this game. It is just, it's different than every other game that I've ever seen. You do all the terraforming in-game, in real time, and it's just nice, which also means you have to build ramps, you have to build tunnels, you have to, well, tunnels is not the right word. But you right now, I cannot leave this plateau here because there's clearly a ramp right there. Do we have, I thought we had a view that was supposed to help with the overview. Maybe I'll find that again, but that's fine. No. So vehicles and mining. Yeah, we're going to get there. We are on fast speed, and we're just going to produce what we can here. There's nothing wrong with what we're doing. We're not wasting anything, but our food supply is at 30 months already. Ouch. This is dangerous because the next thing that we need done is food. So vehicles and mining just completed. Wonderful. Basic farming is on the way. That's good. So let's get our buildings. We need the vehicle depot. Yes, this is where we're going to build some of our, or all of our vehicles actually. How about we put you right here? Don't see a good reason why that's a bad idea. Get some construction materials from right there. The trucks are being relatively efficient. Instead of going back here and then driving backwards and backtracking, they just went to where the materials were. And now we're just going to say what we need. I definitely want one of these. We have only a limited amount of materials available here, so keep that in mind. But we need at least one small excavator, and I made it a little more shiny. I like it. And trucks, we don't have a queue right now. So I don't want to waste material, but I'm pretty sure we're going to need at least one extra truck to make this all work. There are a lot of trucks sitting right now, but that's going to change very, very soon. So keep that in mind. The next thing that we need that we can build right now is this mining control tower. It's not necessarily important exactly where you place it, just don't place it in the way of something. But you need this in order to well, tell your guys where to mine, what to mine, and where to put stuff. So that will be important. We can set this one up right now. Apparently we have one excavator already available. There we go. That one just got built. Okay. I like it. We'll put that one in there. And at least one truck for right now. That's good. And then what can be dumped here? At this point, I don't want anything to be dumped. Very good. And notify if cannot dispose. Nope, I'm not worried about that, but we don't really need anything. You can see that this is the area that we have. That is good. I'm just going to refine it a little more to this block that we have right now, and that is good. But the next thing that we actually need is a mining designation zone. And this is where the fun starts. I know that we want to get up here. So what I'm going to do is start from here, rotate a little bit. You see these numbers? The number means we have 5 levels above this level. This level right here is level 1, I think. Let's make this flat, actually. Flat. No, we're on level 2. And this up here is level 6. So keep that in mind. We need to get down to level 2, I believe. And then we want to flatten this out and just add it onto this. And we want to take out most of these guys. Now, not everything can be reached, and that is quite on purpose, I would say. But, I mean, hopefully you can see what I'm trying to do here. This has given me headaches before, but I think we'll be fine with what we're doing. We'll just take out all the coal that we can get from here. It's going to take a long time to get through this coal, but that is fine. Just make sure that wherever your tasks are, and I got lucky, there's nothing here, but apparently we can dig there. Make sure that where you're tasking your mines, you're actually making something work, or that there is something available to mine. That's all I'm trying to say. Cool. So there are a couple trucks. There's our excavator, and now he goes. He's just digging up some material. Dig, material, dig, material. Now this guy has coal right now. You're not guaranteed to get coal in your truck right away. You may get gravel, you may get sand. It depends what the area is that you are working around. So you have to make sure that you can dump stuff that you don't care about too. And that's what we're going to do right now. Dumping designation. Where's a good place to dump stuff? Here's the thing. There's no good reason to not just expand your buildable area and make it near space that you already have, that you're already working on, so the mine doesn't have to drive very far to get the things done. So I'm just going to tell them, hey, dump it right here in the ocean, and if we need it, we can take that gravel for other reasons as well. As I said before, the concrete mining actually requires some of that stuff. Great. I'm going to pause right here because 30-minute episodes is what I'm going to try with. I've shown you a little bit of what's going on here, just industries. Farming will be next, and then we're just going to upgrade the tech path, the research path, as much as we can, and life should be pretty good. So yeah, there's a lot to do here. you can build amazingly huge industrial areas, and I'm really looking forward to getting to that point with you guys. But for right now, we gotta conserve our resources and our energy and all the other things. If you like this kind of stuff, cool, like and subscribe. I'll definitely do more of this, and I'll see you again in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.